Hello to all, I am Kiran Satnami. Today we will cover Industrial Pharmacy second 7 SAM topic, unit Regulatory Affairs, UNIT-3 Regulatory Affairs. So, Regulatory Affairs is most important term, or we can say Regulatory Affairs is a bridge between a industry or government. So, regulatory affairs is a professional discipline within the pharmaceutical industry that deals with the application of scientific knowledge and regulatory principle to ensure the compliance with laws governing drugs development, manufacturing approval, and marketing. So, we can say that regulatory affairs most important process or in regulatory terms also important for the our drug safety monitoring, development, manufacturing approval, and marketing. The primary objective of the regulatory affairs to ensure that the pharmaceutical products are safe, effective, and high quality before they reach the patient. So government is also involved in it. So their discipline, professors, science, compliance, government, oversight, authorize, these all are the comes under the regulatory affairs. So regulatory affairs professional what act like between pharmaceutical companies as we are talking about regulatory affairs bridge between the industry or government. So regulatory affairs they ensure that the regulatory requirements are fulfilled during product development. This is fulfilled during the product development or after the product marketing also. So what is the scope of regulatory affairs? The regulatory affairs scope in pharmaceutical industry, the entire life cycle of a drug, serving the vital interference between the manufacturing companies or to the global health authorities like FDA. As we all know, the regulatory affairs most known regulatory affairs is FDA or EMA. During drug development, regulatory professionals provide strategic advice or clinical trial design and ensure the data collection meet legal standards. So, there is historical overview of regulatory affairs like early development of drug regulations. In traditional time or ancient time as in history, what is the overview? So evaluation of the modern drug regulation, day by day or time to time, yeah, or in modern drug regulation major historical development include in 196 19006 1938, in 1962, 1970s, 1990s, in 1906 Pure Food and Drug Act comes. So these all are the act comes in as evolution of the modern drug regulations. Regulatory authorities, what are the regulatory authorities in India or across the world? Major international regulatory authority include FDA, US FDA, European Medicine Agency, Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency, Pharmaceutical and Medical Devices Agency, Therapeutic Good Administration Agencies. Now we will talk about Indian regulatory authorities, that is CDSCO. Is a well-known organization, Central Drug Standard Control Organization, Drug Controller General, DCGI, State Drug Controller, or well-known regulatory affairs, FDA also. Role of regulatory affairs department, there are a huge role of regulatory affairs department, strategic role, operational role, regulatory strategy and planning, regulatory submission and documentation. These all are the role of regulatory affairs. So regulatory requirement for the drug approval. So what is the regulatory requirement for drug approval? First one is preclinical development requirements. So what are the preclinical data required? So preclinical studies evaluate drug safety through the pharmacology and toxicology studies under the GLP condition, good laboratory practice condition. So all, as we all know, pharmacodynamics, pharmacokinetics very well, safety pharmacology, general toxicology, genotoxicology. Genotoxicology ensures that the drug does not cause any genetics mutation or DNA damage. CMC, chemistry, manufacturing and control, GLP compliances. So these all studies are conducted under the GLP condition. Final data comes whenever final data comes is conducted under the GLP condition for the preclinical development requirement. Second one is clinical development requirement. Clinical development requirement, clinical means human based trials, yeah, trial in humans, institutional reviews, regulatory affairs. The development laid the foundation on modern regulatory affairs. Institutional review, IRB, ethics committee approval is necessary, the approval. Second one, phase safety and dose. Phase second, efficiency and side effects. Phase third phase second, efficacy side testing on larger group, 100 to 300 of patient. In clinical trials, it's uh, is successfully considered as a fulfill in fourth trial or four stages. Phase 1, in phase 1 testing for a small group, it approx 20 to 100 of healthy volunteers. In phase second, testing on larger group, it's larger than phase 1. Then phase third, large scale testing, approx 1000 to 3000 plus patient. Inform and next phase, we will market the drug. Inform, constant, good clinical practices, statistical power, drug development teams. So what are the role of drug development team? Drug development teams is a complex and multidisciplinary process. So teams essential for the successful progression for the discovery to market approval. Composition of drug development. So there are huge role of the development team also. Next is role of regulatory affairs in drug development team. So what is the role of the regulatory drug development team in regulatory affairs? Regulatory affairs, so